back. Breakdowns on your part, or is that just the Pittsburgh Penguins being opportunistic?
You know, it is Pittsburgh being able to, the ability to make plays. You know, the first one, working back into our own zone and sorting it out and making it difficult. But nonetheless, positionally, I think we were still all in place. I would like to, I believe Curtis would probably like to have that shot back. I mean, he played a terrific game. I mean, he was very good all game. I mean, that one shot, I think he'd like to have back. And then the second one, you know what, Jack makes a play. The defenseman actually makes a good play to knock it off his stick. And we didn't react quick enough to the loose puck, and it resulted in a 2-on-1.
Todd, generally when Pittsburgh gets through the neutral zone as quickly as they were tonight, they generate a lot of chances off that. How was it that you guys were able to prevent that from happening?
Well, they still had their chances, but I think you're right. We were able to limit them somewhat. You know, we did a pretty good job as far as controlling the middle of the ice and trying to deflect it to the outside. But you can see when it does get cranked up, there was a point in the second period where, you know, they make these little plays, and it seems like they're putting it right on the tape to guys coming behind with speed. So it's a challenging team to play against, and you know, it was a very good game. Really disappointed for our guys because, you know, for most of the game it was a pretty even game. You know, there wasn't a lot of room for us to play in. I thought we did a good job creating some chances, and I thought we did a good job limiting some of their chances. I thought it was two teams that played the game hard.
This could be a postseason matchup as well if the standings hold. 0-5 against them this season. How much more they've been close, how much more do you have to give against these guys? Do you feel like you could get over the top against these guys?
Well, if the situation, again, if we're fortunate enough to get there, if the situation presents itself, there's no choice but to find a way. I think in 4 out of the 5 games it's been good hockey. Come down to maybe 1 or 2 plays, and out of the 5 games they were the team that made the plays. So I don't think it's an issue of, you know, we can't beat these guys. You know, if you drift or you're uncommitted in certain aspects, and just for 1 or 2 shifts, again, it's a team that'll make you pay.
It's so many scoring chances early. How different can this game be if it's one of those is cashed in on, say, in the first period? Good power play entry, but nothing to shoot for.
Yeah, you know, our power play in the first period was good. Generated some chances. We executed coming up the ice. You're right. You know, playing with a lead and scoring the first goal is, you know, you can go around the league and take a look at all the teams' records. You know, team that scores first, you know, you aren't chasing the game. And again, it was a even game. It was a again, from a coaching standpoint, an entertaining game. Two teams that played the game hard.
Todd, obviously quick turnaround. You guys go to Carolina. Last time you saw them in here, I think you put 50 shots or something like that on net up here. How do you make sure, and often when you guys have been in these situations, backs against the wall a little bit, you've rebounded. How do you make sure you do tomorrow?
You know what? We got to put this one behind us right away and start focusing on Carolina. And, you know, one of the things, too, in getting back, you know, we can go look at I'm not sure how many games, but I think the last 3 games that we've played in here, Pittsburgh and New York and in Carolina, there might be one more in there, but the goalies have been the number 1 stars. You know, Lundqvist, I believe, was, and Khudobin was, and the goaltender tonight. So we got to find a way. The chances are there, bearing down when we get the opportunities, and that's going to, you know, as far as the game plan tomorrow. But we got to get some rest, and we got to come out and play with some energy tomorrow. And again, no excuses. Got to find solutions. We've got to find answers.
Obviously, the way Curtis has played the last 2 games has been a strength for you guys. With the way the season closes, 8 and 12 days, does this give you a little more confidence or reassurance that no matter what Bob's health is, that if you need to go to him, that he's ready?
Yeah, I've got asked that question a lot about confidence in Curtis, and I don't know where it would come that we don't have confidence in Curtis. Curtis came in at critical parts of the season and did a great job for us. And, you know, when Bob was hurt, he held down the fort. We had some help from a couple other guys too, but he did a tremendous job for us. So there's no confidence issue with Curtis. And I bet you if you asked everybody in the room, everybody loves playing in front of him because of the number one, the type of guy he is, but how he battles and competes. for the guys in front of him. So there's no confidence issues, and I think it's just the way that the positions are set up. I mean, Bob is coming off of a great season. He's our number one, and we all have confidence in Curtis.
Todd, last week, emotional Friday night game, loss obviously. This week, an emotional Friday night game, going into a weekend. Last week on the island, obviously that didn't go the way you wanted. Will you change anything at all going into Saturday?
The possibility of getting some guys in the lineup, just to maybe try to get some fresh legs and some more energy or some new energy. But that's stuff that we'll have to, again, we'll discuss as a group. But as far as, there's nothing systematic other than, what Carolina does and what we need to address as a group and how we need to maybe counter them and what we need to do so we can have success versus Carolina.
What's Bob's status as of tonight? Does he travel with you?
Yeah, he's traveling with the team. And again, we'll get up tomorrow and he's going to go and skate. And then we'll make a decision then whether he's playing or backing up.
So McKenna's traveling with you too?
No, McKenna is not.